welcome back to the Abundantly Rooted Collective. I'm Hannah, I'm your life coach, and I'm also a military spouse, really passionate about helping other military spouses create what they crave in their life. And today we're diving deep again into our Goal Getter series. So if you haven't already watched the previous Goal Getter series videos, I encourage you to go back and watch those before watching this video. There's something to be said about doing some things in order, and I personally have found that doing it in the order that I am uploading these videos is the most productive way of creating goals. So today we are going to map out weekly goals, and I think that strategically every single day is beneficial, right, to create goals or to write out your goals, but doing a weekly goal setting session with yourself is something that could set yourself up for a week of success. And the reason why is because you're not guessing each day what you're going to be doing. It's not like you plan each day like, oh, today is Monday, what should I do today? No, you're planning out your week, and so once Monday comes, you know exactly what is on Monday, and you know exactly what's on Tuesday, and so forth. So the big thing here, and something that I always stress, is to make sure you're writing this down. So grab a pen and paper and write these things down while I'm sharing them with you, okay? So your weekly tasks, what is it that you need to do this week? First of all, before we dive into that, I almost forgot. Make sure that you have one day per week where you sit down and you look at your week, you map it out. To be honest with you, I know some people are really into digital planners, but your girl is into paper and writing it down. I honestly believe that I am more productive when it is written down and not just in my phone. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Is it just me? Are you a planner? Tell me in the comments if you're a planner too. Or if you're like a physical printed planner, or if you're a digital planner. Let me know in the comments. So choose one day out of your week where you will plan out your week. For me, I love to do this on Sundays because it is before the week really starts. Sundays is kind of like my Sabbath day with my husband, and so we'll spend some time together, we'll go to church, we'll do whatever, we'll maybe barbecue, and then later in the day I can sit down and look at my week and plan it out. The reason why I like doing this is because I love waking up in the morning and being like, I know what I'm going to do today. Because if I spend time every single day writing down what I should do in that day, chances are I'll spend more time writing it down than I will actually achieving or taking action. Okay, that's what I was trying to say. If anybody has ever had a brain fart, you know what that just was. My brain was just like, kapoom. Okay. Also, messy action, guys. Just take messy action. No matter what, just take the action, okay? One day out of the week, you are going to evaluate your week. You're going to look back at the week that just happened, and you're going to say, okay, this is what really worked for me. I really like doing groceries on this day because then I can meal prep on this day, and it just works for me. So evaluate. This is the only way that you'll be able to like break down your routine to a science and have the self-discipline that you need to have in order to get the things done that you really want to get done. So one day to plan out your week, one day to evaluate your week, okay? I like to evaluate my week on Fridays, and then not worry about goals or anything like that on Saturdays and Sundays. Those are weekends for me and my husband. If my husband's gone on a training trip, on a training trip or deployment, then I more often than not just spend time with family or friends on the weekends, and I really, establish my weeks for work and for housework and all those things. So pay attention to your week, okay, and evaluate your week. So once you're sitting down and you are planning out your week, this is what I want you to focus on, okay? Here are some areas where I will look at for the week and kind of map out when I want to do things, and the things that I need to get done, where I need to go, what I need to buy, all of that. Weekly tasks, grocery shopping. Y'all got to do it. So you got to get yourself some food, okay? Grocery shopping, housework, budget, meal planning, meal prepping, and laundry is a part of housework. I'm not exactly sure why I separated laundry. Maybe it's because I don't like laundry. I don't know. And self-care. Okay, so what we talked about in the last video was daily things to be focusing on, and a lot of that was self-care. Also, it was upkeep, so upkeeping your week and not just planning for one day for 5 hours to deep clean your home, but to upkeep your home throughout the week, right? That is going to set you up for success. I achieve so much more when my house looks beautiful and it's clean and there's nothing on my mind that's like, you got to get this done, Hannah. There's tons of dishes in the sink. You can't be focusing right now. You got to go do the dishes. Like, for me, that's how I function. So if that's how you function, then you get me. All right. Something else that I really want to touch on. So if you are a woman and you have a menstrual cycle, all of you men who are watching this are probably like, all right, I'm out. Just skip forward a little bit. I promise you that this is really, really intentional for women. If you have not researched cycle syncing, I want you to research this. And the reason is because with hormones in our bodies at different phases in our cycle, we are going to be more productive in certain times of our cycle and less productive in other parts of our cycle. For example, right after your period, you get this surge of hormones and then you get all of this energy. You feel motivated, you feel confident, you ovulate, you're still feeling motivated, you're still feeling confident. And then after you ovulate, you kind of like get lower energy, lower productivity, and you almost go into this place of like winding down for your period. Once the period comes, you kind of like hibernate, you kind of want comfy things, you want to like just really focus on self-care. And so as you're planning out your month and your weeks, pay attention to what week it is in your cycle. If you aren't tracking your cycle, I need you to do that. Just track your cycle, because it will change your life when it comes to what you feed your body in certain points in your cycle, and what you do and how you set up your productivity. For example, I have a YouTube channel now, and I will be recording a lot of videos during this part in my cycle, because I'm just now coming to the point where I'm ovulating, and maybe in the next couple of weeks I'm not going to have this much energy and productivity and confidence, and so I'm going to take advantage of this energy now, right? And then I'm going to plan for the things that I need to do in the coming weeks with where my cycle is headed. So another thing I suggest to you is having a tech-free day of the week where you don't look at your phone, you don't look at your TV, you don't look at anything, and you just spend time either using your time wisely in time management with productivity and achieving goals, or doing something you've been really wanting to do in the week, and spending time with your family, your loved ones, the people in your life. When we remove ourselves from technology and the distraction of social media, it's incredible to see how much time we actually have in a day, and it's always good to have that reset. So I encourage you to have a tech-free day of the week. I also encourage you to have a date night of the week. And sometimes for you military spouses, this could mean a date night on the phone or FaceTime, but it could also mean that you treat yourself when he is gone and you take yourself out on a date, right? But it's important that when he is here that you spend some quality time in person with him. So go and do a date night together. Focus on fun things, focus on connecting emotionally, focus on connecting physically, focus on connecting in all the ways, right? This is important because we really need to take advantage of the time that we have with them, and date night is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. It has to happen. It has to happen. When you're sitting down and you're planning out your week, I want you to ask yourself these questions. What absolutely needs to be done this week? And then what do I want to get done this week? And focus your energy into those two questions and create whatever it is that you feel like you really need to get done and what you really want to get done. Okay. And here's my closing thought. Planning out your week is important, and planning out your days are important, and really investing in your self-care is important. Why? Because if we rush through life and we're not present in the moment and we're not focusing on what is going on now and what we want to achieve now, we're never going to achieve the long-term goals, the long-term game, right? And so it is important for you to be wise with your time, because you have so much time. I hear this over and over and over. I don't have enough time to have a morning routine. I don't have enough time to do this. And really, it's not that you don't have enough time, it's that you're not feeding yourself with enough self-care to have the energy and the motivation. You're not creating the motivation that it takes to have a morning routine, to have goal setting in your everyday, right? And so it's important to do the things that light you up and do the things that create the energy, whether that's, I don't know, being creative with DIY projects, or, you know, being creative in a certain way, painting, or doing something that you love to do that really feeds your energy. When you feed your energy and you also keep in mind what's going on up here in your mindset, you can accomplish so much more in such little time. And I've already said this in the daytime video, but also if you're not setting timers for yourself and setting boundaries in your day, then that can also be a time sucker, right? Set an alarm for 15 minutes from now that you want to finish the dishes and you want to mop the floors, and see how fast you do that. It's amazing when we have focused energy and focused time, how much we can really accomplish and how much time we actually do have. So, if this encouraged you or helped you in any way, I would love it if you could like it and comment below what helped you. Comment below what you want to know. Ask me questions. I love to chat in the comments with you. And also, if you could share this with somebody who maybe you have a friend who's also really into goal setting and you want to share this with him or her, share it. And lastly, subscribe, because once you subscribe, then you're going to get notifications that a new video has been posted, and I would love you for that. Also, if we're not friends already on Instagram, head on to Instagram and type in the search bar at Abundantly Rooted and follow me. Reach out, direct message me, and introduce yourself. I would love to meet you, and I would love to see how I can best serve you. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll be back with more.